what my mother taught me when I was about probably 2 or 3 years old. Want for your brother what you want for yourself. And that's why we're sitting here today. Because I wanted, Hussein wanted for his brother what he wanted for himself. Now, what does it mean, want for your brother what you want for yourself? Well, there were many times, we grew up in Los Angeles, California. There were times where we didn't have food, we didn't have drinks, we didn't have water, we most of the time did not have lights. But I knew that maybe if there was maybe we had a date. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the date, but a date is only about this big. And sometimes there will be a date to be shared and split throughout the entire family. And I come from a big family. We have 12 people in our family. And at the time, there were not 12 individuals living in the house at the time, but it was probably about 6 to 8 at any given time. And you imagine one house with a cup of water and to feed the entire family. And it was started at the boss. The boss was the oldest. So he would get the date. And what you want for your brother is what you want for yourself, right? Hand it to me. I was the second oldest. So I would lick my chops. Well, I have a twin sister. She's a little smaller than me, but she's next in line, so she would get the date. Then it went to Hussein and on and on and on, all the way to the youngest. And the youngest got the date. But we felt a sense of satisfaction because we put them ahead of us. And that's what we did this year. We have been, some of you are familiar with our story, but obviously we're Muslims in the National Football League, and we usually that's during the month of Ramadan while we're playing football. And gracious and great to us that one year we were covered, Hussein was covered, he was on the front page of Yahoo Sports. And imagine, when you wake up I was very proud. So, let's pray that we have an even better. The next year, me and Hussein both were covered by ESPN in a feature, on SportsCenter. ESPN, this is a table with the President of the United States. Like, wow. God has really been mercifully been great to us. So we said, now how can we top that? And so, there's a pillar in our faith as Muslims, which we have to do every Hajj. We for a long, and the pilgrimage Hajj, which we are athletes, and you have the means to do it because it's not a cheap trip. So, category. So we're saying, how can we do that? Because we definitely want to play football. I'm years old, and we understand the small window that we have to play in will give you something even greater. So we decided to take a little bit of time off. We're not retiring, taking the full year off, but this year Hajj falls in about the middle of October, and we will be done by the first week of November. So God willing, we'll still have the ending of November and December, and hopefully we catch on the team that goes to the playoffs. So we decided a little bit of time in between that. We had time from about July to October, so we said, well, what should we do? We should do something great for Ramadan. So we said, okay, let's pack up a minivan and go around the country and meet our different brothers and sisters. And that's how we're here today. And when the brothers from Lexington, Kentucky, UK MSA, when they caught wind of it, they said, Hamza and Hussein, you guys have to come to Lexington. And I'm thinking, okay, let me get a map first. So I get a map, and I don't see, I know 2 freeways. One is not really a freeway, it's a highway. I know Route 66 and I know I-10. I-10 can take me from LA to Tampa Bay, Florida. I know that. I know Route 66 can take me from LA to Chicago, maybe even past that. But Lexington, Kentucky, I didn't see anything. So I'm figuring out how are we going to work this. But you know what? The brothers and the sisters here of the community, they were adamant. They said, you guys have to come here. You have to. It's a beautiful community. Not only is Islam flourishing, but the brotherhood, the community is flourishing. So Muslims, non-Muslims, whatever religion, it's just a peace in the community, and you'll see it. And I'm seeing that here today. And so we are very fortunate, and we're just definitely blessed to be here. And I thank you guys for welcoming us. This is day 20 for us, so we have 10 more days left. But please keep us in your prayers, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
if there is any available seats, please allow someone to sit down next to you, especially try to get the sisters and the children off their feet. So if you have an available, if you can raise your hand or just acknowledge that someone can have an extra seat.